it's Josh here, and I have a special video for you today. It's a waterfiends guide, and I'll be showing you in-depth ways to get good crimson charms per hour. So here is a waterfiend, 115 combat, not very hard to kill. They're weak to crush, and they're located in the ancient caverns, and I'll be showing you two different setups. Right, so this is the first setup I'm going to be showing you, and this is the higher end setup for people who aren't afraid to splash for cash a bit. Right, so first off we have Ganodermic Visor, Furiami, Zamorak Cloak, but feel free to change that out for a Rhino Cape or a Fire Cape. Zamorakian Spear, that can be swapped out for an AGS, however I wouldn't recommend it. I find that Zami Spear works better. Also you could use a BGS or something, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so Gano Poncho, Gano Leggings, Steadfast Boots, they also can be changed out for another set of boots that you wish if you cannot afford them. A regen bracelet I would take unless you have Barrow's gloves. If you have Barrow's gloves I would take them. And then I have a warrior ring, and you could also take a a berserker ring if you have one. And in terms of aura I would probably take vampirism, but I don't have that, I just have corruption. Okay, and here is the second lower end setup here for you, and you can see in this setup I've gone for a completely different setup, and I've got the Helm of Nate and a Glory Amulet. If you have the money for a Fury, obviously take a Fury. I have a Zami cloak here, but feel free to take whichever cloak you want, it's not too important. And I have a black D-hide body. Make sure it's black, do not go any under black. I'll explain later in the video. Again, I've gone for the Zami Spear because in the GE at the moment BGS is a couple of mil more than a Zami Spear, so I would recommend just taking a Zami Spear. Black D-hide chaps, again don't go under black dragon hide, it's honestly not worth it. Here I have a regen bracelet again and a warrior ring. So that is the second lower end setup. So here I'm going to be showing you the first way to get to waterfiends. So you'll want to get any spirit tree around RuneScape. There is one in the Grand Exchange, but here I'm just going to be using the one at mobilizing armies. So you want to teleport with it, and it should bring you into the maze. I'm not too sure of the correct name, but I know it's a maze. So when it brings you to this spirit tree, teleport with it again, and then you're going to want to go to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. From here you want to run directly south. You just keep running south. If you pass the bank, you know you're on the right route. Yep, so just keep running down here, I would well, I wouldn't recommend bringing super energies like I am right now. I'm just doing that for the purpose of the video. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it because it wastes inventory space that could be filled with something else. Now, once you come out of the Tree Gnome Stronghold, you're going to want to run east. Just run east across this bridge and once you cross this bridge, run north. You want to run north from here, but don't go into the little picnic area that is used in Desert Treasure to get the smoke diamond, I believe. Okay, so then you're going to want to run northeast. You run northeast from here up around here. Well, there is a red fence, big red fence. So up this hill, then back running north. Also there is a mini kind of sub quest that you have to do to get into here, but I'll go into more depth with that later on in this video. Okay, and then you want to run west again. Run west until you get to here, and that is one of the methods of transport of getting to the waterfiends. Here is the second and my favourite method of transport of getting to the waterfiends. So you're going to want to grab yourself a games necklace, and you won't be wasting inventory spaces. I will be showing you how later on in the video. So you're going to rub it, you need to caress the games necklace, teleport to the barbarian outpost, wait till it has finished saying loading, please wait. Alright, and from here you're going to want to run directly south. So just keep running south through all this. You probably know this route if you've been to Waterfiends before, but if you haven't, then yeah, here it is. So you run south and you want to run onto this jetty here, jetty or walkway, whatever you wish to call it. That is my favoured method. It's much quicker than teleporting and running all the way around. If I was you, I would probably use that way. Okay, so here you have the inventory. The inventory is very important for what you say, and I wouldn't recommend making any changes. But here I have 8 prayer flasks with 6 doses. Obviously, if you cannot afford flasks, then you can take potions. But if you're taking potions, I would probably bring 10 to 12 potions. And in terms of food, I like to take tuna potatoes because they're not very expensive and they do heal a good amount of hit points. If you would like to bring sharks or monkfish, you can. Also, pizzas do a very good job, but I'm not too sure what pizza to take. If I'm honest, I haven't looked into pizzas. So do not take rock tails either, they're too expensive and you'll end up wasting a lot of money. And here's when the second transportation method comes in, because if you have a games necklace in your spot that you're going to have empty to collect the crimson charms, then you can drop that when you can drop the games necklace when you get to the barbarian outpost. That's the setup I like to take. Like I said, don't change it too much because that is a solid setup for letting you last there for a long period of time. Right, so now I'm going to be showing you how to actually get into the Waterfiends once you're in the whirlpool. Right, so teleport to Barbarian Outpost as you've done before, or as you've seen me do before. Also, to get actually into the whirlpool, you do need to complete kind of like a mini quest for Otto, should I say. So go to Otto's grotto if you haven't done it. Make sure you have a bow with you and a tinderbox. I don't know if a tinderbox on your tool belt works. And if you was wondering, Otto's grotto is just over there, just over in that direction. So what you're going to want to do is just jump down here, dive in whirlpool, and once you're in here, this gives you a bit of time to prep up because you can't get attacked here. So you're going to want to just drop your game's necklace. You will not be needing that anymore. And there we are. So you can prep up here. Someone killing myth dragons over there. Fair play. I hope he gets a a helmet, a dragon full helm. That'd be pretty cool. Not that he looks like he needs it. He looks quite rich. Anyway, stop looking at other people. Alright, so from here, when you get down here, there's brutal green dragons, and they will be aggressive. So what you want to do, you want to pray mage down here. Make sure your run, should I say, is full, and follow my path. You want to run directly south. You can cut through there, if your player cuts through there. Down there, you will not take much in hits from Dragonfire. Run west, and then there you are. You want to switch your prey to range, protect from range attacks, but if you have a high defense level, you probably will not even need to pray. That guy there is praying, and they will be aggressive, as you just seen. One started attacking me. I personally like to pray because sometimes my laptop just shits itself and likes to lag, so if I'm not praying, there's a chance of me taking some damage. So as you've seen, I don't know if I'm not on crush, that's why I'm not hitting very well. So they are weak to crush. See, that guy there is using a chaotic maul. Crush is very effective against them. So yeah, they have a 75% chance of dropping a Crimson Charm. So obviously very high chance, and there's no other monster in the game is better than that. So it is the best method, no doubt, for getting Crimson Charms. I wouldn't recommend picking up any of the other drops. They don't drop anything too special. And if you don't bring a one-click teleport and you don't get the chance to teleport out, you can simply click on this and ride the aged log, and it does this. It brings up a little message in your chat box. It will bring up a message in your chat box, and it will bring you down by the little picnic area in Desert Treasure, where if you want to get back in there, you can just run north east up here, and then you should realise where you are, because you can see the red fence. Right, so this is me now in the low end gear, about to go off and get some kills. So once again, same thing, you want to pray mage when you're going past the brutal dragons. Pray mage, run all the way down here, follow exactly the same path. And also, when you're down here, if you'd like to soul split, I suppose that would work. I don't have 92 prayer, but I'm actually working on it. So yeah, if you'd like to soul split, then that would be effective as well. So you see here, I've switched to pray in range, and it's still very effective. If you want to swap out one of your food slots for a strength pot, then you can, but I don't bother with strength pots, but they are effective and they can possibly boost your charms per hour. So here you are. Still, it has the same effect. Like kill hitters have taken hardly any damage. It works just as good as Gano, so don't think if you're not in the Gano expensive setup then that you're not going to get a good amount of charms per hour, because you will. You do honestly get a very good rate of charms, even if you're not wearing the best possible gear. So don't let that spook you. It's either one kill, one charm. It's honestly probably the best method of collecting charms in the game, for Crimson charms anyway. I'm not too sure about the drop rates for them for other types of charms. I know they can drop green charms fairly often as well, but nowhere near as often as Crimson's. So what you just want to watch your prayer, but basically that's the main thing when you're down here. Watch your prayer. Don't panic if it drops. You're not gonna get drops like if you're at Jad or something. So yeah, don't panic if your prayer drops. Just sort it out. I'd recommend also you could put your quick prayers to range. So say if you're attacking one and you just want to stop praying, then you can do that. And then say if he starts to hit you, then you can quickly flick your quick prayers on like that. Obviously in Gano you're not going to get hit much by their magic attacks because they attack using both magic and range. In Gano you have a 53% magic absorption, so you're not going to get hit much. The max hit is only something like a 200 I think, or something like that, and with Gano that brings it down to like 100, so honestly you don't need to worry. So you just hit a 71 on me there. Honestly, you don't take many hits, and anyone, as long as if you're above 100 combat, then you can come here and do this very, very easily.